Okay, Paul, what are you actually doing here?
So this is part of a Carnegie Vacation Scholarship where I'm testing two different types of furnace. Here we've got what I'm calling my short shaft furnace. It's not great, it's but for a first attempt I think it's not too bad. It slumped a little, but I think that's just the clay was a bit wet. But anyway, so I'm comparing that to what's referred to as a bowl furnace, which is kind of as it sounds, it's a big pit in the ground that's lined with clay. So the experiment really is comparing the ease of getting both of these types of furnace up to temperature and then keeping them there. And to do that, I've made a pair of leather bag bellows that I'll be working, and they'll be going through a tube kind of like this, a bit longer though, just to stop the fire sort of being sucked back into the bellows and damaging them in some way. And then when the whole thing is up and running, there'll be a big clay door on that with a hole to direct the airflow into it. But on top of that, I'm also comparing how different tempers might affect crucibles. So here I've made just some mock-ups. So this one's 25% sand. So I'm doing this with sand, bone, shell, stone, grass. I think that's it. And I've got 3 of each, so they're all at different ratios. So as you can see here, this one has, well, you might not be able to see, but it's got 25 poorly etched on it with the end of my trowel. So that means this is 25% sand, because I've got them at 10%, 25% and 50% of whatever the temper's mixed in with it. And so these will be thrown in the furnace. Hopefully they don't explode. And then when they're brought out, I'll subject them to maybe a couple of stress tests and see how well they hold up, and see if there's any ratio or temper material that holds up better, because then it's quite likely that they would have been hunting out that material to make the crucibles out of, because although they're not terribly difficult to make, it's nice to not have to remake them every 5 minutes.